What's happening, dogs? Mr. Allen here. In this video, we're going to construct a square with segment AB as one of my sides using a compass and a straight edge. Now, the first step with this one here is we're actually going to extend this out in either direction, really up to you how you want to do it, wherever there's room on your paper. All right, so I'm just going to take my straight edge and I'm going to extend this thing out just a bit here. So I'm going to line it up. That looks pretty darn good. Whee! All right, next, I'm going to take my compass, okay? Uncap this thing. And I just need to set it at a width. I'm going to go a little bit less than AB. So I'm going to take my pointy end. This looks pretty darn good here. What we're essentially going to do here is I'm going to create a side that's perpendicular to AB. Not necessarily the correct length. Just needs to be perpendicular to this segment. Get my right angles going, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pop the pointy end on B, scribe an arc, and then swing over here and scribe an arc on the blue extension that I made. What I now have are 2 points, because I've created these 2 new points where the intersections happen of this arc and AB, this arc and the blue line that I extended out. Those 2 points are equidistant to B, okay? So now what I can do is open my compass up just a little bit wider, all right? And now I'm going to create a perpendicular, just perpendicular. We're not really bisecting anything. It's the same process, though, with constructions. So now I have my marker set wider than this new point to B, and I can swing on up here, scribe an arc, make sure that I'm going to pass through. I might need to go a little bit longer on that one, actually. Beautiful. And then I'm going to do the same thing from this one over here. Good thing I did that. It would not have intersected. And now I have a point that is directly above B that's going to give me a line or line segment that is perpendicular to AB. So let's go ahead and draw that in. All right. So I'll get my straight edge here. Got B. Got my intersection of those 2 arcs. That's looking pretty darn good. I'm going to scribe it a little longer just in case I need it. Okay. There we go. So now I have one right angle. Excellent. Now comes the part where we actually have to get congruent sides here, okay? So I'm going to uncap my compass again. And again, think of this compass here as like a measuring tool without actually knowing what the length is, right? A ruler is going to give you, your inches and stuff like that. This doesn't, but I can create congruent segments with it. So check this out. If I set this compass up here on B and A, crank it down, and I'm going to make sure that it is still the same width here. That looks pretty darn good to me. Anywhere I mark this now, I'm going to get a point from B, if I start my pointy end on B, somewhere else will be the same length as segment AB. So why don't I do that like this? If I scribe an arc up here, boom. I'm going to call that up there, the intersection up there, I'm going to call that point C. Excellent. So now if I just come over this way and up this way, I'm going to get myself a square. I wonder where those 2 should meet. We should probably have congruent sides, yes? All right. Check this out. I still have this set as the width from A to B, the same length right there, right? Why don't I just pop my pointy end on A? I'm going to scribe an arc out here, right? And then why don't I come over to C, and I'm going to scribe an arc right here. Make sure my pointy end, there it is. Woo. Okay. Wonder where those 2 are going to meet. Well, since I've already got a right angle, I got congruent sides here. If I throw out some other congruent sides, this should make a square. Check it out. I'm going to connect these 2. Connect these 2. I'm going to call this guy point D. Look at that. Look at that square right there, man. All these sides are congruent here, right? And I've got myself 4 right angles. I know that this is a right angle. I know that these sides are all congruent, so my properties of different quadrilaterals will allow it all to come together into a square. Dang, dogs. That was pretty dope. That was super dope.